Yeah, people don't know, man. When you talk about the Taliban, man, you gotta remember, like, these aren't our names. I'm not a Jamaican. I'm a Benjamite. So it's like, say you're talking about a a man from Barbados or a man from Jamaica. Different modern names, same people. And that's the same thing with this Taliban Afghanistan man them. The Carmanians, remembering their nation, their nature. What is the Carmanians' modern day name, man? Iranian, Afghanistan, you see me? But specifically Kerma, the inside of Iran modern day right now. So when you look at these Taliban members' names, remember they don't speak Arab, they speak Pashtun, but their names are Farsi names, like Mullah Baradar. That's a Farsi name. Those are Iranians, Persians, with their $20 billion worth of military equipment, and the Euphrates drying, and their peace with Iran. They're gonna cross over the Euphrates and unleash hell. They're gonna unleash hell on that land. The Amalekites, they have to be cut off. You know what I'm saying? They've been drawing them out. But these dragons of Arabia are remembering their nature. Remember, Ishmael is the people. Arabia is the land. You see me? Arabia is the land. Ishmael, when it says the dragons of Arabia, it's talking about the powerful people of that area. The Iranians. They're coming for that place, man. It's coming. You don't see all the ship vessels, man. It's the food shortage. The famine is coming. Why? Because the pestilence is already here. Pestilence is disease. That's that coronavirus, man. That's that Ebola. It's already here. It's already here. All the diseases is here. What needs to happen now is the famine. We're going to be fulfilled, man. People been saying it for a long time. The Euphrates is gonna dry up. The Euphrates is gonna dry up. That great river. That thing is giant and long, and it's drying up. You see me? Time I get shot. Earthquakes in diverse places, man. Everywhere. Volcanic eruptions everywhere. And you know why? The news don't want to cover this unless it's really big. They don't want to cover all of it, because then it connects the dots to the prophecies of when you should hear of earthquakes in diverse places, sedition amongst men. You don't see all the protests on the normal news. You have to look it online. And pretty soon we're not going to be able to look online. They just shut down all the social media except YouTube. Eventually they're going to shut all that shit down too. You see me? The time is getting short. People have to know. You got to tell these people, man. Why? Because God said you got to tell them. It don't matter if they listen or not. It doesn't matter if you tell them, if you let them see. Even though when somebody looks like they're not listening, they're listening. When you think no one's listening, people are listening. What did they say when the Syrians came to speak to the king? They say, "Oh, don't talk at the wall, because people are listening." They say, "Oh, we're gonna chat." If you know that story, and I think it's Kings, but it's coming, man. See, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, but some people don't know who the wicked is. You see me? Because the end will not come unless the son of perdition, the people, the wicked people have to be revealed. Who are the wicked people? Being wicked and the wicked are two different things. You see me? I could be wicked by like robbing somebody, but I'm not gonna rob somebody every day. But these people, they're wicked. You see me? In the Bible, it says when you work, you're supposed to be paid the same day. But who makes the system where we get paid 2 weeks and a week and a month later? Who makes it? If it's not them, then who is it? Who is it? You say they're white. They're not white. They're red when they're mad, red when sad, red when sick, red when hungry, red when emotionally flustered. They're just red people. The big red dragon. This is these people. When you see these white people's flags, these so-called white people's flags, what do you see? What's the flag that they got that represents them? Don't tread on me. Who the hell would use a snake to represent them, saying don't tread on me? You see me? And then you wonder who the serpent is in the Bible. They're telling you who they are. If you put a snake in the sun too long, it will burn. If you put a certain people in the sun too long, they'll burn. God is our mastermind. The man know what I do, dog. You know what he's saying and what he wrote. You see me? The time is coming. My father Yesterday I was talking to my father, and he said, yo, son, I'm gonna try to come to America because the lockdowns in Canada is getting too peak. But you know what? I thought you can't. He can't. A man shall desire to go into a city, but he cannot. He cannot. You see me? You can't travel no more the same way. People having parties, luxurious lifestyles right now. Somebody's about to go to the strip club and throw 200 ones today and not know that there might not be food in the store tomorrow. The famine is here. All the prideful, boastful living of our people, it has to end. It has to end. People have to be cut off. We can't rule the world. We're not gonna rise up with all this sin and iniquity within us and being done in the world. See me? Xi Jinping, the man, the Moab man. Woe to you, Asia, because right now, what's happening over there? What's happening over there is 1/3 of a country of 2 billion people have no electricity right now. They don't have no electricity. 1/3 of them. You do the math on 1/3 of a billion. That's 600 million people have no power right now in one land. Isn't that amazing? And this man don't care. He said, yo, he said to the US over Taiwan, he said, we can go to World War III about this land today, any day right now. They ready. The Iranian foreign minister said when he was asked about Israel, about a war with them, he said, hold on. Well, when I talk about the war with Israel already begun. The man said the war with Israel has already begun. The end's coming. Seditions amongst men is heavy, man. You see what I'm going in Australia? Those people can't even come out their house like what I'm doing right now. I'm well past whatever 600 yards, meters away from my house. You see me? They can't do this. It's over. All the sorceries, the witchcrafts, the murders, this has to be done, man. It has to be done. It's over. All the works of the darkness will be ended. The kingdom of heaven is coming, man. It's coming. Just let these prophecies unravel. Thou that dwellest upon many waters. What country is dwelling on many waters? It's not England. It's not France. It's not even China. Who dwell on many waters? Babylon. But who is it? America. Have a fucking naval base everywhere, even in places right by places that don't even like them. You see me? America, it has. Thou that dwellest on many waters must be destroyed, man. That's what it said. I didn't write it. I never wrote any of this. I read it, and it's happening, man. The kingdom is gonna come. This place has to go. You see me? And I get on who the wicked really is. Because, look, like I said, there's a difference between being wicked and the wicked. Like when you're being wicked, right? You rob a store, you get pulled to the police precinct when you get caught, right? But the wicked is there. They judge you. But how are they the wicked? They're the wicked because they will judge you for stealing on a police station built on stolen land. And they'll never give it back to the natives. The tribe of Gad and Reuben, they're never gonna give that back to them. They can know, the street names are named after these Native American people. These women. The streets, man. I got streets called Tupperhocken, Mohican, and yeah, it's you know, Southern Kingdom, black man them, Israelite them, I live in those places. But we pay mortgage and rent to who? The wicked. The wicked. Who do we have to pay our taxes to? You might own that house, man, but you don't own this land. You see me? Who took this land though and governs over it? You see me? You have an outwardly racist so-called white person on your left to your next door to you. And then you have a sweet white old lady to the right on you, right? And you live on a street called Mohican. A street named after you know, tribe of God, Native American man them, and you say, yo, this the one on the left where I chat the racial slurs and all that, yo, this man is racist, man. I can't take it, man. But you never understand that both of them live on stolen land. She's nice all she want, but she knows she live on stolen land, and she never gonna give it back. They're never gonna give it back. You can't say none of these people are good. They live on stolen land, and they never give it back. They'll take you to court in a courtroom that's built on stolen land for stealing. How? How do you do that? Thou hypocrite. They'll tell people how to run their countries. They run the human rights violations and all that. What's a human rights violation? They determine these things, but they shoot us down in the streets. They're at the border right now whipping so-called Haitian people. But they'll tell you, they'll sanction a country for human rights violations, making the children and the poor people starve in that country. Meanwhile, they got homeless people here that done went to 3 wars for them: Vietnam, Korea, the Desert Storm. And these same people that went out to these wars on the streets, living in tents. God hate that, man. A man that go to war have nothing when you come back. And you think these people are the people, when they close their eyes, there's people, when they close their eyes to pray to God or Jesus, they see white people. They see these same people who stole all this land and make us buy it from them. They'll steal your land and put you on a reservation. They're the wicked people. Everything they do is wicked. They call evil good and good evil. If you tell your kids, bro, be a man to your son, and you tell your daughter, don't be a hoe, they'll make it so you get aired out. You hear every reproach. You're a hater. You're an evil person. But if you take your son and you put him in a dress and you have your daughter twerking on TikTok, they say, yo, that's freedom. That's democracy. They're the wicked people. That's why nobody wants them in their country. Only us, because they had us here so long. We don't know what it's like outside of this place. Outside of the philosophies of this place, the thinking. You're saying? Anytime one of us want to go to a different country, where do we go to escape this place? We go to white people countries or countries that have been Europeanized, like Mexico, where you could do the same thing you're doing here down there. Isn't it? This place has to end, man. It has to end, and it's coming. When you hear of the seditions, the uprisings, the protests, when you hear of the wars and the rumors of the wars, and then you hear about the earthquakes in the diverse places, and you know the end is coming. We all speak English. This ain't slavery. We can read now. Yet in every movie, they'll pay a white man millions of dollars to play Jesus, when you could hire a black guy and pay him less to play Jesus, and it'll be right. Why? Because they came preaching another Jesus. White man Jesus. You see me? The end is coming, man.